welcome back to the channel. In this video I'll be installing a new thermostat gasket. Thermostat's behind this induction pipe here. I bought the gasket for £11.32 from the official Ford store on eBay. There's the new gasket and the part number. So £11.32. So if you watched the last video, I've installed the top engine mount and the coolant expansion tank. I thought the leak was coming from the expansion tank, and it wasn't. I found it was coming from the thermostat housing. It's a slow leak. I found it by using my coolant system pressure tester kit, and it was where the thermostat housing met the engine block, so right against there, so right underneath here. It was a slow leak. So that being said, that's why I think it's the thermostat housing gasket and not the actual housing itself, because usually when it's the housing, it runs down the bell housing here, but it wasn't. It's right underneath here, the leak. It's a very slow leak. So I'm going to take off the thermostat housing and install the new gasket. Then I'll do another coolant system pressure test again to see if that's fixed, you know, the slow leak. I'm hoping it does, because it's £11.32, and if you get a new housing, it's 50 quid. So yeah, I've been driving the car. It's been a while, and it's dropped a bit more. But if it was really like a heavy leak, there'd be nothing left in the expansion tank. But it's just going down very slowly. But it needs addressing really. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take off the thermostat housing. So what I've done first, I've took off the primary induction hose, 2 Jubilee clips. These usually are always 7mm, that one and that one there. Then you've got to take off the line to the top of the vacuum pump, which is here. All you've got to do with your fingers, either side, squeeze them together and pull up, and it'll come away like that. So just put that to one side, gives you a bit of better access to the thermostat. I think what else I'll do, I'll probably take off his solenoid if I can. It might allow you a bit better access to the thermostat with this out of the way as well. I'll just see how difficult it is to take it off, or if I can leave it on, because yeah, I'll have a look. I'll see how difficult it is. So I've managed to get the vacuum pump solenoid away from the vacuum pump. It's held in by 3 bolts, one here, one at the bottom, one over here. They are slot 7 in the slot 7 in the socket set. I'll show you the bolts. So 3 of them. It's like a star-shaped one. And once you've taken them out, you can move it out of the way over here to get a better look at the thermostat. So now you probably have to try and detach the pipes off the thermostat. There's 2 at the back here. One that's a push click on. You probably have to push the green tab here at the top and bottom, it'll come off, and then another one's a little clip here. You've got to undo the one here, and there's the bigger one there. I've also taken off the air filter, the MAF centre housing, and the top engine cover, because this hangs over the edge there, so it gives you a little bit more room. But all 4 bolts are out of the thermostat housing. It's an 8mm socket. Watch this. When you try and do the back ones, which are a bit more difficult, watch your hand on this this pipe here, because it kind of cuts your hand up. So I've had to put it up out of the way, but it should just come off now. I've lost all the coolant, so it's come away. So it's just this pipe here, I think. You need to try and get off now. This one down here, and then you can take the housing out. So I've got the thermostat housing not totally off. There's this clip here where you crimp it to pull it down so you can pull it off the pipe. It's underneath. It's an absolute, without swearing,
pain to get to, because the prongs that you pinch together, they're facing that to the bottom of the car, and for the life of me I can't get the pliers underneath it to get it off. But that's the only thing holding it still on the car. So there's the thermostat housing, that's where it goes. So I've got to make sure that's cleaned up, so that's where it attaches to the engine block. There's the new gasket, and there's the old one. Just examining it for it does feel a bit not as strong as the new one, but we'll see. So I have managed to get the thermostat off, but this clip here, make sure it's pointing that way, otherwise it's a nightmare to get off. So I've turned the prongs here, you crimp together, and it's come off, so to make sure it's facing like that, otherwise it's pointing downwards, it's a nightmare to try and get off. But there's the thermostat. Give it a bit of a clean up and then put the new gasket on. So I've cleaned up the face of the thermostat housing and the face where the thermostat meets the block. New thermostat's been put in. I've gone round it several times to make sure it's snug. And now it's just I've got to try and bolt it all back on now. Then after that we'll have a go at refilling the coolant, which I've lost quite a bit. As soon as you take the pipes off, you lose the coolant out. So make sure if you do this job, you've got some new coolant to put into it. New gaskets on. All the 8mm bolts are back, holding the thermostat housing onto the cylinder block. There's obviously two here, and then there's two at the back, just underneath these pipes. So they're all back on, tightened up. Now it's to put all the pipes back on in order. This one, that one, the one at the front here. This one's already on. I've just got to move this clip up so it secures it. Plug everything back in, put everything back on, and then it'll be filling the coolant up. And then we're doing a pressure test on the system to make sure there's no more leaks. All pipes are put back on. This one, the one down there, I'll zoom in, that one there, that clip, make sure, like I say, it's facing this way, otherwise you'll have a nightmare trying to get it off next time if you do it yourself. Clip on one at the back here, on the green tab, and then you've got that one as well, which is another clip you have to crimp together and move up over the pipe. But it's all back on. All the 8mm bolts that secure the thermostat housing are all tightened up. So now it's just putting the solenoid back on. Yeah, we'll go from there. So I've secured the solenoid now, vacuum pump solenoid. There should be 3 star screws. It wasn't slot 7, it was a TX27. Thinking of my ice testing, yeah. So TX27, these 3 of them, these screws here. I'm leaving the bottom one out because that's a pain to get to, but it's very secure anyway, it's not going to go anywhere. So that's back on, pipes are on. Just double check everything when you've done it. And now it's just the primary induction hose, air filter, and then it's topping up the coolant. Everything's been put back together, air filter on, primary induction hose. Double checked all the pipes go into the thermostat. The bolts are tightened up, the 8mm bolts. The solenoid's back on, top cover. So the Mark III Ford Focus 1 litre Ecoboost needs approximately 6 litres of coolant with a 50-50 mixture with water, but I've not lost that much, so I've just topped it up with a bit of coolant and then a bit of water up to the max level. So now I'm going to do the pressure test to see if there's still a leak and to make sure everything's alright. So I'll go and get the kit ready. So here's the cooling system pressure tester kit that I bought. I showed it in the last video. I think the link's in the video description if you're interested in getting one of these. So the lid for mine was a number 21. So I have to take this cap off here, screw this one on. And then pump it up to 21 psi, and hopefully it stays there, which means there's no leaks in the system now and the job's done. So the pressure system's been on for a good few minutes and it stayed at 21 psi. So it looks like the gasket was the fault, or the thermostat housing gasket. So just checking everything, and I can't see any leaks anywhere. So it looks like, yeah, that was the issue then. The thermostat housing gasket, which was leaking. So it must have just failed over time. You know, from the constant heat from being attached to the engine block, getting warmed up, cooled down. It's just so the gasket must have degraded, but it only cost me £11. I think it was 32. I'll leave the link in the video description anyway, but it's a cheap fix. It's just a bit of a pain to get to, but if you need to change your thermostat housing or the gasket, you can just follow the steps I've done. Yeah, it's not a difficult job to do. So I've taken the car out for a drive. The level dropped slightly due to all the coolant circulating around the engine. So what I'll do, I'll wait till it's cold again and then I'll top it up to between max and min level. But yeah, it seems to have cured the coolant leak. I had it on the coolant system pressure kit. I had it on there for a good 5 to 10 minutes and it stayed at 21 psi. So yeah, it was just a gasket. It's just the labour you've got to do yourself to getting the thermostat off, the pipes and all that. But yeah, it wasn't too hard. It was just a bit fiddly to get to certain bolts and certain hose clips. But yeah, it's all done and dusted. Probably saved myself maybe 150 quid to 200 quid doing it myself. But yeah, if you like the video, please like, share, subscribe and click on the bell icon for new notifications and new content. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.